probably imagined how you'd meet your favorite book or film characters in real life, how you too would have a cup of coffee or just talk for hours. But have you ever imagined yourself hanging out with your favorite brand? That's right! All great brands have human personalities hidden behind their logos and dissolved in their communications. And in today's video, I will teach you 3 branding frameworks that will bring your favorite brand to life and help you build your own brand personality. This is Branding 101, a series where we talk about basic concepts behind branding strategy. And if you are new to the channel, my name is Lisa. I share weekly insights on luxury brand strategy. And that's why in this video, we will talk about brand personality from luxury strategy perspective. So hit the subscribe button and let's begin. What is brand personality? Let me quickly remind you of the definition of brand personality. Simply put, brand personality is the way a brand is embodied as a human character, the sum of its emotional, psychological, and behavioral patterns that remain unique over the course of its lifespan. They are the human characteristics and traits that consumers relate to. It is basically what character would a brand be if it was a human? Would it be serious or easygoing, aggressive or caring, melancholic or funny? For luxury brands, having distinguishing brand personality is critically important, because luxury brands have more emotional and intangible value than regular mass market brands do. So they need to be very specific about what emotions and messages they translate, thereby creating such a strong image that it will be impossible to mistake brand's identity for someone else's. You will never mix up Dior and Balenciaga designs with Louis Vuitton and Hermes. But you might find it difficult to differentiate looks from Zara, H&M, and Mango. Although what we see makes the brand unmistakable, there is an elusive, very visible, unique personality hidden among new collections, Instagram posts, and advertising posters of each luxury brand. Let me demonstrate to you how non-trivial it can be to articulate what exact personality a luxury brand has. More importantly, the strong personality allows luxury brands to form stronger associations, thereby evoking exceptional emotional reactions, which are often the backbones of premium prices settled by the brands. J.Aaker 5 Brand Personalities Model. There are several approaches to describe brand personality. First that comes to your mind would be J.Aaker's brand personality model. In 1997, J.Aaker, the behavioral scientist and marketing researcher, the daughter of J.Aaker, the father of branding as an academic study, published a classic paper at the Journal of Marketing Research, where she proposed, tested, and validated the brand personality model, which later became the most popular brand personality scale in management literature. The model consists of 5 dimensions presenting brand personality from psychological point of view. These dimensions are sincerity, excitement, competence, sophistication, and ruggedness. In the brand personality framework, each dimension has its collection of personality traits, capturing the character in more detail. The questionnaire consists of 42 adjectives divided in 5 sections I mentioned before, and asks customers to rate how much they agree with the statements like "this brand is friendly," "this brand is energetic," and so on. Here are a few examples of these adjectives defining brands. Wholesome, honest, cheerful, and down-to-earth for sincerity. Daring, energetic, imaginative, and cutting-edge for excitement. Reliable, intelligent, successful, and trustworthy for competence. Refined, luxurious, charming, and discerning for sophistication. Adventurous, outdoorsy, tough, and muscular for ruggedness. I think you have noticed that with only 5 dimensions, this model is obviously not detailed enough to spot the difference between Prada and Balenciaga, Dior and Chanel. Yet, intuitively, it seems wrong to attribute the same personality to all luxury brands at large. In the original framework, Aaker has only 6 traits describing sophisticated type of brand personality. Upper class, good-looking, glamorous, charming, feminine, and smooth. Conspicuously, all luxury brands a priori are sophisticated. It is a point of parity for this category to be upper class and good-looking. Moreover, some luxury brands such as Balenciaga or Ferrari partially fall into other categories, since they combine the necessary luxury attributes and excitement with ruggedness and competence. Another reason why this model isn't enough to analyze luxury brands' personalities is the reactive nature of it. Luxury brands must stay dominant and proactively set the direction of their images, deliberately defining their own brand personalities. While this framework refers to already existing perception and suggests reconstruction of brand personality from the customer's perspective. I believe J.Aaker's model works well with mass-market brands, but doesn't have enough differentiating traits to tell luxury brands apart from each other. Otherwise, it would be a gross oversimplification. It is still a great framework to analyze established perception of your brand, but it doesn't help you construct your own brand personality or to reverse engineer the personality of your favorite brand. Brand Archetype Framework. Another popular framework is Brand Archetype, based on Carl Jung's psychological concept of archetype. The archetype model used in branding and marketing was first introduced in the book The Hero and the Outlaw, Building Extraordinary Brands Through the Power of Archetypes by Margaret Mark and Carol Pearson. The authors got a brilliant idea that besides behavioral, psychological, and literary studies, Jung's theory can be applied to branding, because they, brands, convey a meaning that makes customers relate to a product as if it were alive in some way. They have a relationship with it and care about it. This model suggests ideal industries for each brand's archetype, highlighting the fears and the desires of a brand, and attributes them to behavioral patterns and recurring images and ideas. Like this. In some versions, the brand archetype framework helps you identify core values, the drivers and the barriers of the brand, suitable colors and impersonal motto. Although the brand archetype model is much more detailed and offers in-depth analysis of brand personality, it still doesn't help differentiate luxury brand personalities enough. The problem is that almost all luxury brands are concentrated in three main archetype categories: the ruler, the creator, and the lover, based on the ideal industry insights. On the other hand, it is hard to imagine a luxury brand with a jester or everyman personality. Maybe it is possible, I don't know yet, but I plan to do another video on this topic, so don't miss it. Brand Identity Prism. The most suitable model for our purposes is a Brand Identity Prism by Jean-Noël Kapferer, the professor of marketing strategy specializing in luxury branding. Developed in 1986, the model conceptualizes 6 aspects of brand identity, featuring brand personality, among others. To eliminate the confusion, let us take brand personality as a part of more complex brand identity. The brand identity prism, visualized as a hexagon split in half vertically, offers us an internal and external perspective of brand personality. This means that we have 3 identity traits exposed to everyone interacting with the brand, and 3 more hidden from the public eye. The hexagon is also divided horizontally, giving us the picture of the receiver and the picture of the sender. This means that the brand building process is similar to a regular communication model. There are the sender and the recipient, the brand and its audience accordingly. The traits that are closer to the sender's picture are more under brand's control, and other traits located closer to the recipient's picture are less regulated and independent, regardless of the intention of the brand's builder. It ultimately means that we can compare how brand personality was intended to look and how it actually does, how customers perceive it. Ideally, these 2 images should be balanced without becoming expectations versus reality memes. Thus, the brand identity prism consists of 6 main traits: personality, culture, and self-image on the internal perception side, and physique, relationship and reflection on the external side. It is also important to understand that physique and personality are closer to the picture of the sender, which means the brand has more control over these traits than over reflection and self-image, which are closer to the picture of receiver. Let's analyze it step by step. As the most tangible aspect, the physique is often the first thing that the sender, the brand, puts forth. It is an external aspect designed to capture attention and set the tone for what the brand represents. Physique refers to the tangible aspects of a brand, such as its logo, color palette, font size, and product designs. It is the physical embodiment of the brand that one can see, touch, and experience. We can interpret the meaning behind colors and their associations. For example, red is often associated with energy, power, and passion, whereas green is often described as calm, natural, peaceful, and harmonious color. Or we can also analyze different kinds of typefaces and their meaning. Personality. This is another sender-oriented aspect. The brand chooses its voice, messaging tone, and how it wants to communicate, setting the stage of its perceived character. Personality is all about the brand's character and how it communicates with its audience. It is the voice and tone the brand adopts in its messaging. Personality is typically conveyed through advertising, customer service, and even the language used on packaging or websites. You might describe a brand's personality as friendly, formal, youthful, or even rebellious, depending on how it communicates and engages with its audience. Culture captures the internal values, beliefs, and ideologies that guide a brand. It is the ethos that company operates on and wants to share with its customers. When describing a brand's culture, look at its mission and vision statements, core values, philanthropic activities, and how it treats both employees and customers. Brand might be described as having a culture of innovation, sustainability, or community service. Relationship. Relationship pertains to the kind of connection the brand aims to establish with its customers. This could be functional, emotional, or aspirational. A brand's relationship with its audience can be transactional, built on trust, or even based on a sense of community. For instance, luxury brands aim to maintain an aura of exclusivity, while a family-oriented brand might focus on trust and reliability. Reflection. Reflection is the stereotypical image of the consumer who would buy a brand. It is how the brand views its ideal or typical customer. This aspect is often portrayed in advertising, where the brand shows who its products are for. This could be a demographic profile, like young adults, or a psychographic one, like adventure seekers. For luxury brands, it is usually a more abstract image of a general mood valued or desired by their customers. Self-image. Self-image is how the consumer sees themselves when they use the brand. It is the individual customer's internal mirror. It is how a brand is perceived by the audience and what emotions it evokes. To explain this facet, think about what the consumer feels or wishes to feel when interacting with the brand. Do they see themselves as sophisticated, fun-loving, or perhaps socially conscious? This is often the emotional payoff of choosing one brand over another. The most important thing is to balance the prism and make the perceived images of the brand enrich its identity without conflicting with the creator's intention. My insights. In addition to these three models, I like to research media presence, press coverage, interviews with the owner and the creative director of the brand, as well as official statements of various subject matters, endorsements or collaborations, and recent collections. This helps me understand the brand's personality deeper, to step into their shoes. I also like imagining physical features of the brand persona, putting them into their usual habitat, identifying their favorite drink or season, and surrounding them with everyday details. Thus, brand personality comes to life much easier than based only on theoretical models. Use your imagination. Leave a comment below which brand personality should I analyze in my next video. Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss it. And if you learned something new today, don't forget to like this video. My name is Lisa, this is Stolbova Brand Luxury Strategy Explained. Learn branding basics with me.